You were supposed to keep them hid, keep them in a closet, keep them home, don't take them out in public.
I simply wasn't able to provide adequate support and care for him at home.
I think you go through stages within this process when you need support. And you need somebody who's been there and can say, what you're going through is really hard.
Charlie came to me and he said, how come my brothers can leave home and I can't? How do you answer a question like that when there's no other place for them? That's when we really got into living opportunities. And there was a place for him there.
3 generations, 3 stories of living with intellectual and developmental disabilities. 3 families whose lives were changed by living opportunities.
We learned for sure that there was something wrong with Charlie when he was 9 months old. The doctors wouldn't give us any definite answers or anything. We knew there was something wrong. He didn't have any life behind his eyes. He didn't really care whether he was alive or not. I had to wake him to feed him. I had to wake him and make him stay awake to play. It was just a matter of keeping him alive for a while. And then when he was 9 months old, they took blood tests. And then when we got the report on it, we were told he was a Mongolian idiot. Down syndrome wasn't even heard of at that time.
When Charlie was born, he couldn't go to public school. Institutions were normal. It was an everyday kind of choice. He had really no hope of a job or living away from their family.
We were told we should just put him in an institution and forget him. He would be nothing but a vegetable. And without even thinking, I said, absolutely no. He's ours. He will live at home with us as long as I can take care of him. I would never, never think of an institution. It was just out of the question. And I was fortunate enough to have a husband who agreed completely. It was like somebody had kicked us in the stomach, and that's the truthful. I mean, that's the only thing I can describe it as when they told us he was a Mongolian idiot. It was a term that I couldn't handle.
When Andy was a teenager in high school, I simply wasn't able to provide adequate support and care for him at home. He went to a group home that had just opened for adolescents with autism. It was in Portland. And my goal was that Andy come back to live near me. It was a long drive every other week to go see him and stay in touch. And he did. When he graduated from high school, there was an opening at a group home that Living Opportunities managed, and he moved into it.
In Jean's case, Andy, she could certainly think in terms of Andy living in a group home. Public school was available to him. A career, probably not. A job in the community, probably not.
He had a definite preference not to live with other people, and I just couldn't see how he could be safe that way. And Roger mentioned to me that they were developing this housing project and a supported living model, and I was all for it. I said, oh yeah, gung ho go. And when he said that maybe Andy would like to live there, my jaw dropped. And I realized, you know, I am not always the best observer of what Andy can do, or even the best implementer of what he wants, because Lithia Place has worked out beautifully for Andy. He's lived there 6 years now. He is so proud of his apartment. And if it hadn't been for Living Opportunities, being able to see a vision greater than I could even dream, he would probably still be living somewhat unhappily in a group home with other people when he didn't want to live with them.
For Parker, I expected him to go to school with his brothers. I expected him to ride the same bus as them. I know that Parker is capable of great things, and he is able to be educated in the classroom with his peers.
With Emily and Parker, they're thinking in terms of a career. They're thinking in terms right away, as Parker's 8 years old, about living in an apartment, living on his own, growing up, moving away from the family like his other brothers.
You should be able to live where you want to live. You should choose that you want to live by yourself, or you want to live with a roommate, you want to fall in love and get married. Those are the things that I hope for my son. Those are the things I hope for all of my sons. And Living Opportunities is the organization that continues to do that in the forefront, continues to do that when nobody else is traveling that road.
Every time we've underestimated what people with developmental disabilities could do, we've been wrong. They have exceeded our expectations in jobs, they've exceeded our expectations in terms of being able to live independently, in terms of being able to learn academic or functional academic skills that help them function in the world. And now we're on the verge of kind of the next revolution, in the sense that technology is going to create opportunities for people to communicate that just have never been there before.
My name is James. I want to work. I like to clean and organize and make things pretty.
I'm very excited about selling my artwork.
I'm looking for a job and a hard worker.
I just got a job at TJ Maxx.
I'm looking for a career and I would like it to be in jewelry.
I've sold over 70 pieces of art, and when I sell a piece, I get so excited I cry.
I'm Brandy, and this is my instrument.
When I grow up, I want to be a zookeeper.